Man, what's good, people? Man, it's an honor to be here. My brother, man. Entrepreneur, businessman, father, uh, just all around dope guy, man. My boy Leonard, aka Big Ralph. Kicking it, of course, man. You kicking it with your boy DJ Eclypse, man. Also SR Motivations on that now. Had to change up a little bit and sprinkle a little something on y'all, man.
I sure thought you would say, man, is your name, man, DJ Eclypse.
I'm gonna do it just for you, dude.
Hey, when I call you, that's what I say.
Every time you greet me that city, it make me feel good. I feel like I need to pull a CD out. But I got to do it for my boy, man. This is Streets DJ. Your main man, DJ Eclypse, signing off. Like I had to do it, man. But it's good to have you here, bro, man. I appreciate you
being here, man. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, man, ain't nothing but love, man. I had to get involved, man. Ain't nothing but love, man. So, of course, you did the first segment. So tell me what the first segment was about, man, in the 48 Laws of Hustle.
First one, we kind of did like the party scene, nightlife, you know what I'm saying, concerts and stuff like that. That would kind of start. You remember we started back at the Focus Center. You were DJing with the
Focus Center, and after that it was Coco Joe's.
Yeah,
yep.
Coco Joe when they really got it popping, man. Old school path.
Man, when you was telling me about that, man, I was just like, that kind of hit me because, he was a Christian dude, definitely into it. And the fact that he was letting these two young black guys come here and do this event at a Christian location that was for teens. We didn't have a lot of places to go as far as with it at that time.
And he had a nice location though.
Yeah, it was set up nice. Yeah, it was set up nice, man. And he pretty much let us have our way, and he was still there he was encouraging. He didn't just get there and leave. Like, he was encouraging. And when I heard that, man, it kind of did something to me. Like, dog, man, I know that previously talking about battling health issues and things such as that. So, man, I hate that, man. But that was one of the gateways to a lot of things you were doing, especially with the Focus Center and how you developed it there. And then you was able to transfer and do a transition over to Coco Joe's. What were some of the other establishments that you was hitting and stuff then too?
We went all up through Huntsville.
Yep, remember that?
Did some shows in BJCC, Mississippi. Man, we've been all over the South.
I think that the last quote unquote college event that we did, I think that was that in Livingston or I'm trying to figure out who Moneybag Yo event.
That was in Mississippi. We was in Hattiesburg.
Hattiesburg down there. I don't think I had no phone service, man. It was so packed out, and I remember that it was so packed out. People were so pumped and stuff about it. But the fact that you were doing events of that caliber so early in the game, I don't think people really realized how big of a deal that was. For you to maneuver the way that you did, be able to handle business and continuously keep those contacts and transfer that over into the real estate, which we'll get into in a second. But I don't think they understand the background work that went into that, man.
Yeah, they don't really understand. They see it now. They just see all the, you know what I'm saying, the lights. They don't know, man. It was a lot of work to get to that point. Like, you know what I'm saying, years and years. That's why a lot of people, they give up too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see the club. Think about it, man. The first part was 2006. This 2000, you know what I'm saying, 24. Mm-hmm. 2 more years be 26. It's been 20 years. So, if you ain't willing to put 10, 20 years into what you believe in or your dream, then ain't no sense of chasing it. 4, 5 years, people give up. They think it ain't coming, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people give up, and it don't really be a dream. It be a thought. Because when there's a dream, you're going to chase it to the end. Like, hey, look, I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Some people give up because it's just a thought or idea. It ain't actually a dream to them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they look at it as a hobby instead of having a level of consistency, persistence, and education, which comes into doing what you do. And not only did you use that in the entertainment field, you was able to spread that into something else that has put you in a mogul spot. Even if you don't say it, I'm gonna give you your flowers and stuff while you're here. The development from that young guy doing these events to the great man that you are today and still developing is something to be proud of.
I appreciate it.
Of course, I got to celebrate you, man, because you a very modest man, and that's something that needs to be looked at also too. You know, I done seen you take care of a lot of people. I done seen you take your L, but I done also seen you take a lot of W's too.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're gonna have to mix that in because all that comes with the game.
All that come with it, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna take too many L's to the heart, and we ain't gonna celebrate too many win loans. So, you know,
There you go.
it all go hand in hand, you know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. So, what makes you think about the transition? Which I think that was in episode 2, if I'm not mistaken, talking about the transition from the entertainment field to the realty field, like with the property. So, how did that come about?
I think the real estate, that's my newfound love. You know what I'm saying? I found another passion, you know what I'm saying, for taking the, you know what I'm saying, the house from shit and turning them to sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And especially in the areas that you was finding the homes and stuff at. Looking at where you were looking at in the area as far as with your development, looking at how you just changed these homes that were like pretty much they ran down, grass everywhere, places that quote unquote people didn't want to go. But now you have them looking like just star-studded establishments. Like, what made you even think about like floor plans or anything? Like, what just gave you the passion to do what you were currently doing?
Number one, I was looking up most of the richest people in the world was in the real estate. So I said, okay, let me get in that. Then once I got a property and I said, okay, I kind of like this. And then it kind of went from there. So when I see the properties, I can see, you know, like the old saying, flower grew from the concrete. Like I can see a property and I can see a vision. You know, and I always pray over the property and just say, God, guide me in the right direction. Like what this need to be. You know what I'm saying? Or guide me to put the right color on the wall. Or, you know what I'm saying? Guide me to do this. You know what I'm saying? So along the way, it was a lot of obstacles, but I just like, hey, look, man, I ain't finna give up. You know what I'm saying? And if you do your research on the real estate, you know, a lot of developers go to the area where a lot of traffic, like of course the university is saturated. So what I get a house on the university for, I can get 2-3 houses in the area that they're gonna regenify soon.
True.
And as the time is gonna shift, you know what I'm saying? Because the university here, we gotta shift this way. You know, after the tornado, they done pretty much covered all the ground, the new grounds that they wanted, and it's shifting. So where we at? We right here on the west side. We close, you know what I'm saying? The west side close to the university, you know what I'm saying?
It is. It's closer to the university. It has a lot of amenities. And it's a lot of culture and stuff here too. And I think that is one thing that people fail to see is that when you are a person who is from the area, you have seen the rise and fall of so many different areas, developments, companies, things of that nature. So when it comes down to that, was the YFM idea was just for the entertainment, or was it created to be able to be something bigger in the whole mix of things? Like,
See,
as
the
far as
wild
future
film
teams?
is really it's really a mindset. Young future millionaire. You know, that's what we start out when we was young. Like, okay, we're gonna be some millionaires. And then we get to a certain level, like, okay, what's next? So you find that young guy, look, you're gonna wild film, you know what I'm saying? You're a young future millionaire. So okay, that means it's broad. You may do it playing sports, you might be a rapper, you might be a developer, you know what I'm saying? We got professional poker players, like we got a team of nothing but, you know what I'm saying? It's an all-star team. But most importantly, it's a mindset, you know what I'm saying? So I use that like that's the name of the country, trucking company, Young Future Millionaire Trucking, you know what I'm saying? Wild Film Realty. And I kind of just took that brand and kind of, you know, expanded it. And that's how we end up right here. We're doing this episode 1 for YFM Realty. We're going to do about 3 episodes. The first one, we're going to kind of cover like the intro where it all started, you know, kind of give them a basis. Then the second episode, we're going to get into the JC, which is the neighborhood that I got and redid, naming after my dad and redevelop them. And then maybe episode 3, I got to talk to the production company and see which direction we want to go in, whether it's going to be 3 or 4. But we'll try to cram it all, you know, so we don't stretch it out so far. But then we're going to do some hands-on. We're going to do some before and some afters, and we're going to talk some numbers like, okay, this wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about some I'm gonna give some of the game, like okay, this property on Section A, okay, this property rented out, okay, how you do this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also do some open classes where I just, come in and give some game, even though the game to be sold, not told, I'm gonna give away some free game.
So that's something that you've always have had like a particular passion for also. Community development, building, and just helping people, giving that free game. And everything that you're talking about, I can see that as a mini series or just like Earn My Leisure does on their podcast. Is that what you are talking about is not only informative, but it can change lives in a great way. And the fact that you are just willing to invest your time and stuff in it says a lot about the character and a lot about the movement also, because you are a big reflection of all those that are connected and stuff to you. And that's nothing but a blessing, of course.
Most definitely.
So when you were thinking about young future millionaire, did you ever think that you would be into real estate? Because I know you was big on the entertainment side.
Yeah, I was stuck in the entertainment. Like I ain't think so. Cause it's just like when stuff going, it was like okay, I just pray and say, God, what's next? And I end up in the real estate. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of time we say God take control when we want to do it our own way. And I ended up, in the real estate and found me a new passion. Like, I'm really into like if I had it my way, I just do the real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like it got its ups and downs, with the rent, tenants and different things like that. But what I like most is giving people on this side of town somewhere nice to stay in. You know what I'm saying? Because, nothing against the other companies or landlords or things like that. But, some of them got it to say, okay, we can do the bare minimum and collect the money.
This is true.
I'm like, okay, we can give them something nice, you know what I'm saying? Give them a different vision. And to say, okay, hey, look, because I see the West Side growing. We got Mario at Central. So we got to have some good areas for, for they raise the kids. So we got good kids to play in the program because we got nice places to live. Everybody mostly run down 69 Northport. That's where the nice neighborhoods at, you know what I'm saying? But we can have them same nice neighborhoods over here.
When I tell you, when you talk about the West Side development, because I'm a South Side kid, man, Rosedale, by way of Northport, because I stayed over there and stuff too. But to see the differences and how the neighborhoods are structured, where they look at the educational systems, the money's being moved around. These are things that, as a parent, that you want to look at to give your child the best opportunity, at life and safety and things such as that. And I know that you can't, I know that you can't put a finger on the best areas, but the developing areas, because things are shifting in the time. So what do you think as far as branching out, where your next area is going to be? You think about expanding more in Alabama, of course, to be able to get more things on under your belt as far as with that, or to put on your portfolio? Are you thinking about going out of state, doing a couple of things? Like, what does the future hold for YFM Realty?
I'm really just honestly whatever. If I get a call and say some good price on some houses in Texas, we're going to see what's going on in Texas.
I know that, right? So you think you slick because you done had Texas on your mind for
man,
a
Texas
while.
been on my mind.
Texas been on your mind for a while.
Yeah, Dallas definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it really just, what I like to do, I like to try to find the areas where I think they're going to regentrify and go ahead and get there and set up shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you pay attention, all the properties on the west side, all developers over here, you know what I'm saying? And they don't really see what's going on, but in the end, they'll thank me later because it's like, okay, when I take this property, I rebuild and I get it appraised, I just raised the market value in this area. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, if you got this house and you trying to fix it up, you might get it appraised before I got this new house appraised. It might be appraised for this amount of dollars. But now that I raised the market, now your house worth more, and you can go refinance and get it fixed up. And as it go, like where we at with Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? There's Airbnb on the next road. They just adding 4 houses down there. So all of these new houses pretty much like new construction, and it's gonna raise the value of all the houses. So if all majority of my properties in a 5 to 10 mile radius, then when you run the comps normally 5 miles, so everything in that 5 mile radius gonna go up.
So that's one thing too that I'm glad that you hit on is that with you going into the areas that you think are going to eventually have some type of gentrification on, the fact that you are already in those areas is showing that you are ahead of the game with the gentrification. So you can make them look at it and be like, yo, what's this area even on our radar? So now with the development over, now they want us. I don't think you understand the aspect of how you can push for something like that to occur just by being ahead of the game in your own right. So I thought that was very interesting how you all
Just
placed
like
it out.
where I come from the street, controlling the market.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? So it's all the same thing. It's the same concept. It's just a different product.
So
what I'm saying?
there you go. The hustle the same, the product change.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Same grind, different product.
Same grind, different product. So this is one thing I want to ask you is that what do you see yourself as a man, a business owner, entrepreneur in the next 10 years, decade? What do you see your company and your stand in the next 10 years?
Honestly, limitless.
I know that's right.
Like
Oh, that was a bar right there. Hold on, how they say on the battle rap, run it back.
like
Run it back.
you know what I'm saying? It ain't no limits. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? We got God, it ain't no limits. Like it's just kind of, whatever the vision he see. Like, like a lot of people, I might say I want to have 20 houses by then. But God may say 50 houses. He may say, I want you to stop at 20, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's just limitless because I'm fearless when it comes, like whatever. Like the same concept I had in the street. Like we go wherever we go, we're gonna set up shop, we're gonna take over. And that's just the concept. Like,
and not only are you saying that, this is something that you are living by because it seems like every time you take on a project, you go in, you look into it, you evaluate it, and you crush it every time you go into it. We've seen that in the nightlife. We've seen that in the production. We've seen that in the realty because you took it head on. And that's something that I know that so many people are proud of you on. And I know that recently, I'm hit on the soft spot. I know that recently, they had to pass on your mom. And, during the service, it was so much of a fact to see you have to be strong for so many when you didn't have the chance to grieve yourself.
man.
And like just to see that and see you having to be there, I was just like, man, it just adds on to the legend that you are and the living legend that you are becoming. So how hard was that when you actually got the chance, or did you even have the chance to even fully grieve yet, as many of us should?
I ain't had the chance to really, grieve because it's still fresh. Pop died, and it'd be like back to back. So it's like when it hit you again, it reopened another wound. You know what I'm saying? Like when you gotta go to the hospital, you gotta make them decisions, and then it basically you go back to the time you had to make that decision, the time you had to make that decision again. So grieving different. You know what I'm saying? So everybody kind of got their way of grieving. And then, it get hard. A lot of time, I listen to my boy Rod Wave and say rich out pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes, I just had to use that as my fuel and, you know what I'm saying, to keep pushing, which, of course, we can't run away from our problems, but, we just got to keep pushing.
You're definitely right. And the fact of how you've been maneuvering, you've been staying on pivot, you still give love even though you are drained to the core, you still find and create the energy to be able to do that. And as a man, as a father, a businessman, a lot of times it's hard to do. And
man, it's hard being a boss. Like
it is,
because it's like you always got these decisions you got to make. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't wear your heart on your sleeve, and sometimes you can't really show no sign of weakness because when you show that sign, like people will take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like you surround yourself with good people. I know it's a lot of things that had to change, a lot of pruning. You was going through a season to where you was finding out who was truly there for you and who was just for the benefit. And I know that in those particular seasons, it's hard because some of the people that you want to be there aren't really designed for the next chapter in your life.
Yeah, everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? It is, and that don't mean that they don't deserve to go. That don't mean like they ain't equipped to go, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't designed to go for every ride, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's a timing. Like somebody might not be ready to go now.
True.
But that don't mean we backtracking if they end up, you know what I'm saying, becoming eligible in the future.
There you go.
So that don't mean that they just stuck on that. And I just, it's hard to find people that think how you think. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I had to understand, okay, everybody can't think how I think. But if everybody got the common goal in mind, then we can get to the top. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming together. But everything's so divided. Everybody want to be the boss. Then you got me who the boss, like, hey, I get in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the boss for everything. You know what I'm saying? I got enough stuff that I'm the boss that I just come in and play a role on another part. You know what I'm saying?
But that's one of the beauties and stuff of is understanding that you have people that can play these particular roles, so you don't have to be so quote unquote invested in what's going on, that you can trust and be ensured that this is happening in the method in which you want it to, because whatever you are involved in is a reflection of you. So if it's not being handled correctly, they're not going to say so-and-so is not handled correctly. The first thing they're going to say is your name.
Yeah.
Because you are directly connected to it. And you are involved. Like, you are involved in all of your businesses. And that's one thing that you don't really see often anymore, is because they will create something, have someone else running, and then the intimacy of it and the connection is disconnected in. But for you, you stay involved, you stay connected with the people, man. And like I said, I'm giving flowers because, you never know when the conversation is going to be the last. And I want to make sure that people are aware of the sacrifices you have made, the people that you have helped, the direction that you have went in and created some wonderful things, and you are still not done creating. That's the crazy part.
Oh yeah, we just getting started. Like, man, this just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? This really just been workouts. You know what I'm saying? Because once you learn the concept and you learn the formula, it's like, okay, man, I'm definitely grateful and thankful. You know what I'm saying, for what I done did. But it's like, okay, this ain't the end, because I see a vision. We did the Airbnbs, I did the neighborhood, we did the houses, but now I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking, townhomes, condos, you know what I'm saying? We did the 3-house neighborhood. I'm thinking 30 houses. I'm thinking develop, so this just the beginning. I see a vision, and it's like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to get it done, either somebody going to give me the money, or I'm going to do it like I've been doing. We're going to get it out the mud. So either way it go, it going to get done, whether it could take 3 years or it take 20 years. I'm planning on going nowhere no time soon. So everything that I'm building now is going to be the legacy that I leave for my family. So this just like the beginning. Like, man, I got some ideas in my head, like, because I went to New York and it blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? But we still in the South, but we with the land. Okay, so now we run out of land. Let's start going up in the South. You know what I'm saying? We can still have those same big buildings, and we still have the grass outside. We can go up. You look at the hotels. They squeezing the hotels in a small spot. They just going up, parking deck on the bottom where you got adequate parking. You know what I'm saying? So I got a vision. I got a couple empty lots that, that I'm thinking about developing some condos and things like that on.
When I tell you, for you to stay ahead of the game as much as you have, being a young man at that, it's just remarkable to see the consistent development and education on what you are doing and how you are going to do it, which is very important. So my next question to you would be, what is the current thing that you got up your sleeve right now? Or is it is it like on some Project X stuff that you can't really talk about it right now? Because you ain't got to release the development, but you
My
know,
mind, man, my mind be thinking so crazy.
I
You know what I'm
already
saying?
know
I be
it.
having some visions. Just
I
like,
already know it.
and I always say, okay, if I can think it, it can be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I think next year I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? Me and Banks talked the other day. We're gonna do multifamily next year. Kind of learn the game a little bit more, and then go from like duplex, triplex, and then apartment complex. Which is different. Properties out there that we can purchase and rehab. I'm like, okay, if we gonna tie all that money, let's just build it from the ground up.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I don't got no doubt that I know what to do to build it from the ground up because I done studied. Like, I ride around when I see somebody building from the ground up, I'm just gonna come every day and just learn. You know what I'm saying? I got it in my phone step by step. You know what I'm saying? And I do the research, which it's a lot of work, but it really ain't. It just, you know what I'm saying, really technical. Like, hey, find a lot. If it was a house there, go get the drawings to see where the plumbing, where the sewer running in at. Make sure the pipe running. Okay, we're gonna build a foundation. We're gonna put a slab. How we gonna do it? Design it. Get with the architect. Get with the engineer. Get everything drawn, and then you go from there. It really ain't hard as it seems. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to the power. Once we get to a certain point, call the power company, get power out there. They'll come connect it to their power lines and run it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just step by step, but it ain't hard.
It's like you just dropped the sauce on them simply because of you a man of many talents, baby. You gave him a little sauce now for free. Now we ain't gonna do it too much now. You got seminars coming up too now. I'm speaking that into existence. Seminars, podcasts. Invite me to the podcast now. I want to be there. But you got seminars, we got podcasts, and like I'm just really just like proud to see the development, and I'm looking forward to how things are going to develop moving forward. And it's just gonna be dopeness, man. It's just gonna be dopeness. And you have 4 episodes that is gonna be of the 48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws
3
of
or
Hustle.
4. I know 3 for sure.
3 for sure.
We're gonna do the intro. Then we're gonna do 4.
I'm about to say we got pumped for 4. We got pumped for 4 because this is a lot of information.
We're gonna do the intro.
Then
we're gonna do the JC. Then we're gonna do some, but get before and after. Then on episode 4, we're gonna go, pull up on some of the guys. They got some project. They doing, you know what I'm saying? They doing what I'm doing. They got a lot of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope, man. And shout out to all the guys that start working. I know, man.
Sean,
Which,
Stag,
I was just over there with
Snowman,
Stack
Roll.
and stuff too, man. Yeah. It's like just to see so many people in the same group that's like affiliated with each other doing these type of
we work
developments.
together. Like, okay, they got electricity. Hey, who you using on electricity? Hey, who you losing for the plumbing? Like, we have our own separate projects going on, but we work together. You know what I'm saying? And they work, that's why it's the group economics. If you got a plumbing company, you can make enough money working in our circle. Because when you done with me, go holler at Reese and them.
There you go.
You done Reese, go holler at Ro. You know what I'm saying? Holler at Ro, go holler at Snowman. And we, you know what I'm saying? You done with Snowman, go holler at Type. You know what I'm saying? So it's always something doing because we all growing. You know what I'm saying? They always got a project going on. I always got something going on, So that's what we're trying to do, man. Find some guys that's serious about that really serious about what they doing. And we're going to all work on helping each other get better.
Man, the connection to what you're doing, the development of what's going on, the continuous business, it's nothing but great things that's going to come from it. You have great people that you are connected to. You always been genuine, and that in its own accord, it's going to catapult you to a path that you probably never could even imagine, bro. And I'm just loving here to see it. So I just thank you. And
I appreciate you being here.
Look, it's my pleasure. You know what I'm saying? It's my pleasure, baby. So, guys, look here, man. Y'all guys have to tune in and stuff to this. These 4 episodes are going to drop some jewels down. You're going to definitely see some great things coming. And guess what? You can always learn because the people are always here. Right here in T-Town is how it's doing, man. So, y'all please stay tuned. Big Ralph, the one and only, Mr. Jones, the boss man, the T-Town Rosé, right here in the building, man. And of course, man, this is your main man, DJ Eclypse, man. SR Motivations. Y'all please stay tuned in for all All 4 segments, man. So 48 laws of hustle, man. We love y'all, man, and appreciate it.